Just look at you. Cruising down the interstate in that shiny, metallic gray SUV with the panoramic sunroof open, the scent of fresh factory leather still lingering in the air, fooling your nose and your brain into thinking you have made it. You have that $6 latte in the cup holder, your sunglasses are on, and you feel powerful. You feel successful. You look to your left, you look to your right, and you see the other rats in their beat-up sedans, or maybe even other rats in their own shiny cages, and you think you are winning. You think because the dashboard is digital and the seats are heated that you have ascended. But let me tell you exactly what is happening right now. You are not driving a car. You are driving a mobile financial prison cell that you do not own, that you will never own, and that is actively draining the life force out of your future self to pay for the ego of your present self. You are participating in the single greatest normalized hallucination of the American middle class. You are leasing a lifestyle you cannot afford to impress people you do not like. And the system loves you for it. They absolutely adore you. You are their favorite type of livestock. You are the premium poor. Let's rewind the tape. Let's go back to that Saturday morning when you walked into the dealership. The glass walls, the free espresso machine, the overly firm handshake from a guy named Brad, or Mike, who smells like cheap cologne, and desperation masked by aggressive sales tactics. You walked in there thinking you were smart. You told yourself, and maybe you even told your spouse, that leasing is the savvy move. You said things like, I do not want to worry about maintenance, or I like to have the latest safety features for the kids, or the absolute worst lie of them all, the one that makes me want to scream until my lungs give out. You said, it is a write-off. You do not even know what a write-off is. You saw a TikTok video or heard a broke brother-in-law talk about tax codes he does not understand, and now you are signing your life away on a digital pad. You walked in there to play a game against a house that has stacked the deck, marked the cards, and drugged your drink before you even sat down. The dealership is not a store. It is a slaughterhouse for your net worth. And the weapon they use to slit your financial throat is not a knife. It is a question. A simple 4-word question that destroys the American dream faster than inflation ever could. How much a month? That is the spell. That is the hypnosis. As soon as you answer that question, as soon as you say, well, I am looking to stay around $450, you have handed them the keys to your financial sovereignty. They take that number. They disappear into that little back office where the real wizards of dark magic sit, and they manipulate the variables of the equation until they extract maximum blood from your stone while making you feel like you won a prize. They are not selling you a car. They are selling you a monthly subscription to poverty. You need to understand the architecture of this trap. When you lease, you are effectively renting a depreciating asset. Read that again in your mind. You are renting something that is rotting in value every single second it exists. In the world of the wealthy, in the world where I live, we rent assets that appreciate, and we buy assets that depreciate so we can control the exit. But you are doing the opposite. You are paying the depreciation curve of the vehicle during its most expensive years. The first 3 years of a car's life are when it loses value like a rock falling off a cliff. And you, the generous volunteer, the absolute philanthropist of the automotive industry, you step up and say, let me pay for that drop. Let me cover the most expensive mileage this machine will ever drive. And then, at the end of 3 years, when the curve starts to flatten out, when the car actually becomes an economical transport tool, what do? You give it back. You hand it back to the dealer so they can sell it to someone smarter than you, and you start the cycle all over again with a new down payment a new acquisition fee, and a new set of golden handcuffs. Let's talk about the math, the cold, hard bakery math that you are too lazy to do because you are too busy trying to pair your phone to the Bluetooth. A lease is composed of three main parts that the dealer obscures with smoke and mirrors. First, the capitalized cost. This is the price of the car. Most rats do not even negotiate this because they are fixated on the monthly payment. They just accept the sticker price because they think, hey, I am just renting it. The price does not matter. It matters, you fool. It matters because your payments are based on the difference between this price and the residual value. If you overpay upfront, you overpay every month. Second, the residual value. This is what the bank guesses the car will be worth in 3 years. If they guess high, your payments are lower, but you are trapped. If they guess low, your payments are higher. You have no control over this number. It is a casino number picked by an actuary in a skyscraper in New York who sees you as a statistic, not a human being. But the third part, this is where the devil laughs in your face. The money factor. It sounds so sophisticated, doesn't it? Money factor. It sounds like something from an economics textbook. It is a lie. It is a deliberately confusing decimal point, usually something like 0.0025, designed to hide the interest rate. To get the actual interest rate, the annual percentage rate that you are paying to rent this metal box, you have to multiply that number by 2,400. Why 2,400? Because the system hates clarity. Clarity leads to rebellion. Confusion leads to compliance. When you do the math, you realize you are paying the equivalent of 6, 7, maybe 8% interest or more to rent a car. You are paying interest on the depreciation. You are paying interest on the residual value. You are paying interest on the fees. It is layer upon layer of toxic leverage used against you. And it gets worse. Oh, it gets so much worse. We haven't even touched on the psychological torture of the lease itself. You think you are free? You are terrified. You are terrified of going over the mileage limit. You watch that odometer like a hawk. You decline road trips with your friends because you are saving miles. You park in the back of the lot a mile away from the entrance of the grocery store because a single scratch, a single ding, a single stain on the upholstery means the dealership is going to charge you 3 times the cost of repair when you turn it in. You are paying to be the custodian of someone else's property. You are paying for the privilege of anxiety. You are a glorified storage unit for the bank's collateral. Now, let's look at the opportunity cost. This is where the tragedy becomes a horror movie. Let's say you are the average American rat, caught in the headlights of consumerism. You lease a car for $500 a month. After 3 years, you have spent $18,000, plus probably $3,000 down, plus insurance, which is higher on a lease. That is $21,000 vaporized. Gone. Poof. You have nothing to show for it. No asset. No title. Just memories of a heated seat. Then you do it again and again over a 40-year working life. If you continuously lease, always chasing that new car smell, always needing the latest model to signal your status to neighbors who are drowning in their own debt, you will spend upwards of $300,000 on payments alone. But wait. If you had taken that same $500 a month and instead of feeding the automotive beast, you had bought a reliable used 3-year-old car in cash? Yes, cash. The thing you don't have because you buy stupid things. And then invested that monthly payment into a boring index fund compounding at 8 or 9% over those same 40 years. Do you know what you would have? You would have nearly $2 million. $2 million? That is the price of your vanity. That is the cost of your ego. You are driving a $2 million retirement plan down the road, and it is losing value every time you hit a pothole. You are literally burning your freedom fuel in a combustion engine. The system wants you to believe that a car is an extension of your personality. It is not. It is a tool. It is a utility. It is a box on wheels that moves your meat sack from point A to point B. That is it. The wealthy know this. The truly wealthy, not the Instagram fakes renting Lamborghinis for a photo shoot, but the generational wealth builders, they drive cars until the wheels fall off. They drive 10-year-old Toyotas and Hondas. Why? Because they understand that money has a purpose, and that purpose is to breed more money, not to evaporate into the atmosphere of a dealership showroom. They are not allergic to luxury. They are allergic to stupidity. And leasing a car for personal use is the height of stupidity. It is financial suicide on an installment plan. Think about the sheer arrogance of the lease. You are betting on your future stability. You are signing a contract that says, I promise to have this job, this income, and this health for the next 36 months. What happens if you get laid off? What happens if you get sick? The bank does not care. The repo man does not care. The lease contract is a noose around your neck that tightens the moment life throws you a curveball. And life always throws curveballs. That is the nature of the matrix. It is designed to be volatile. By leasing, you are removing your margin of safety. You are running on the edge of a cliff, blindfolded, convinced that because the ground feels like leather, you are safe. You need to wake up from this dopamine-induced coma. The smell of the new car is not the smell of success. It is the smell of formaldehyde and adhesive, and chemically, it is the scent of your enslavement. Every time you see a car commercial with the car driving on an empty, winding road with a handsome couple laughing, you need to see it for what it is. Propaganda. It is war propaganda designed to conquer your wallet. There are no empty roads. There is only traffic. There is only the gridlock of the rat race. And you are sitting there in your leased cage, stressing about being late to a job you hate to pay for the car that takes you there. It is a circle of madness. So what is the exit? How do you kill the rat inside you that craves the shiny badge of the manufacturer? You have to embrace the ugly. You have to embrace the boring. You have to become a rust bucket millionaire. That is the secret. You need to find a car that has already taken the depreciation hit. Let some other fool pay the first 40% of the car's value. You sweep in, you buy it with money you actually have, and you drive it. And when it needs a repair, you fix it. A $2,000 transmission repair feels like a lot, but it is 4 months of lease payments. Do the math. Fix the car, keep driving. Drive it until the paint fades. Drive it until the neighbors whisper. Let them whisper. Their whispers are the sound of their own insecurity. While they are looking at your older car and judging you, you are stacking capital. You are buying your freedom. You are building a fortress of solitude made of compound interest and sovereign assets. Stop playing the game by their rules. The credit score system, the leasing structures, the dealer incentives, it is all a rigged carnival game. You cannot win a lease. The house always wins. The only way to win is to not play. The only way to win is to walk past the shiny SUVs, walk past the charismatic salesman, and go find a private seller with a sedan that has 50,000 miles on it and a clean maintenance record. It won't stroke your ego. It won't make heads turn. at the valet stand. But it will give you something much more valuable. It will give you the ability to sleep at night knowing you own your life. This is not just about cars. This is about your soul. It is about whether you are a master of your destiny or a battery powering the matrix. Every dollar you send to a car company is a vote for your own captivity. Stop voting for slavery. Stop upgrading your cell. Break the chains. If you made it this far, if you actually have the attention span to listen to the truth instead of swiping to the next dopamine hit, then you might have a chance. You might be ready to unplug. I want to know who the real ones are. I want to know who is ready to slaughter the rat within. Go to the comments right now. Do not just close this. Go to the comments and write 2 words. Ownership class? That is the signal. That tells me you are done renting your reputation. That tells me you are ready to build real wealth, not just look like it. The road to freedom is paved with paid-off beaters, not leased luxury. Now get out of here. Go check your bank statement and start plotting your escape.